Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Hi everybody, I'm Cheryl Talley Moss. I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. In this episode, I'm going to share with you some of my fruit trees. Now, I know I told you the other day that I would have Tuesday's fruit, but because it's spring and everything is bursting with life, every day this week, I'm going to share with you how the fruit trees look, and then I will individually share some trees or feature some trees every Tuesday. Okay, let's get started. If you like this video, please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so at this time. And share my video with your friends. This is a Chojuro Asian pear, a dwarf pear, on a dwarf stock. Let me see. It's doing pretty good since I put it in this raised garden bed. And we're gonna have a little fruit this year because you can see there are some blooms right there. Let me see if I can get in a little closer. Yeah. So we should get a little fruit. Tag is missing off of this pear tree. I'm gonna go look at my notes in the house, and then I'll get back with you. I'll just insert it, is what I'm trying to say. But I know it's on a dwarf rootstock. And these two trees weren't doing too good where I had them, so I put them in this raised bed. This is Mexican petunia. It's a perennial in my garden zone. I grew these from, all of this from seeds that dropped in the wood chips, and I scooped them up and put them in the greenhouse and grew them all winter. Here's a Kiefer Pear. I got this one about 3 years ago from Tractor Supply. I might have to voice over this video because the garbage pickup is in my back alley. Anyway, this tree had fire blight, I think, when I actually bought it. Let me wait until they move. I think this tree had fire blight when I bought it, and I just kept pruning and pruning and pruning it, and I almost gave up on it, and I'm glad I didn't, because let me show you. I pruned it back to 5 feet. And it's taller than I am. It's about 7.5 feet, and it has a nice amount of pears on it. So we're gonna get fruit for the first time. I'm glad I didn't give up on it. And fruit is all over here. Not a whole lot, but for the size of the tree, it has a nice amount of fruit. Let me show you right here. Let me see. Gotta follow my pruners. Right there. Right there. There's fruit on every branch. Right here. So, yes, I'm glad I didn't give up on this tree, because I really didn't think it was going to make it, and I almost got rid of it when I got rid of my Bartlett pear. Okay, and let me just tell you that Kiefer pear is in the ground. Okay. Now, let me show you the other pear tree that I have in a container. I got it from Stark Brothers. It's a Moonglow pear on a dwarf rootstock. It bloomed, and it has the beginning of pears on these fruiting blooms, and a lot up here. So we're going to get some fruit off of both of these pears this season. Yeah, that looks good. So those are my 4 pear trees. Now here's a gorgeous tree. This is my Fuju Persimmon tree. Last year it gave us 6 pieces of fruit. I named this persimmon tree Little Lead. Now let me tell you why I named it Little Lead. The first year it dropped everything, and I was so honored that Lead Farmer 73 made a video especially for me when I put a call out to my gardening community to ask them why did my fruit drop. It was loaded with fruit, and he made a video and he said, Miss Cheryl, ain't nothing wrong with your tree. Your tree was new, you transplanted it, and it was concentrating on growing good roots, and persimmon trees like that will abort all of their fruit when they're concentrating on the roots. And he was exactly right, because it came back very beautifully the next year. And I'm telling you, I named this tree Little Lead because he helped me save this tree, and I'm gonna go in closer and I'm gonna show you how the fruit starts to make. Okay, you see the leaves right here? You see those little tight flowers like? Those are persimmons. And this is a non-astringent persimmon, so you don't have to wait for it to get a certain ripeness so that it won't, you know, be real astringent in your mouth. You can harvest this anytime. I thought I had to wait until it got soft, and once again, Lead Farmer showed me that you don't have to do that. He has taught me so much about fruit trees. So when people ask me questions about fruit trees and I don't know the answer, I refer them to Lead Farmer, because that's who taught me almost everything that I know about fruit trees. So yes, I consider it an honor and a privilege to name this tree Little Lead, because he has fruit trees, persimmon fruit trees that are just enormous. Here's my Yates American persimmon. I got it from Stark Brothers. It's a really small tree. It was just like a little twig, like about this thick when I got it. It's growing. I didn't think that it was going to work well in this area, but it's doing really well this spring. So I'm gonna let it stay. It's not even 3 feet tall. It was about 12 inches when I got it. So I'll bring you progress on it, but I'm not expecting any fruit from it for years. Okay, I've shown you 1 pear tree in the ground, 1 in a container, 2 in a raised garden bed, and 2 persimmon trees in the ground. And I'm going to add this one because I only have 1 of them. This is my Utah Gold Pomegranate tree. And I used to prune this tree a whole lot, but I'm going to stop pruning it and just let it go as wild and bushy as it wants to, because it doesn't fruit but every other year. And yesterday I noticed fruit for the first time. And there it is. This is what it starts to look like, guys. And then it'll just get bigger and bigger. And this fruit has light pinkish seeds and a golden skin with a little tinge of red. And yeah, so I want this just to fill in all. Let me step back all through here, because when my grandchildren come over, I don't want them even coming through here. And let me show you some more pomegranates. See those? Those are baby pomegranates. Some people say pomegranates. I think I was raised to say pomegranates, but I think it's pomegranates. And there's another one there. So they're all over here. And while I'm here, and while I'm at the back of this tree, this is the Gala apple tree. I just want to show you, when I showed you my apples, I realized when the video was over, I didn't get any close-ups. of too much of the apples, but it's loaded with a lot of fruit. Okay, here's a nice size one here. So we're gonna have applesauce and apple butter. The birds, or maybe my grandchildren, dropped a few goji seeds here, because this is a goji berry plant, and here are the Aronia berries, and some people call them gooseberries, and it's just beginning to leaf out. Now my next two videos are going to be long because I have too many trees to try to show you by the end of the week. Sunday begins a new week, so Friday and Saturday I have to show you a lot of trees. Okay, this is actually a bush. This is my elderberry bush. I only paid $5 for the little stick that I got from the merchant on eBay. And here is another elderberry bush. And I'll be breaking these down in the future to tell you the benefits of all of them. And by the way, if you see like little mushrooms like this come up in your soil, don't be alarmed. It's nothing. It's just telling you you got healthy soil and you've got a lot of rain. This is the elderberry bush. Again, only spent $5 for it. And I have it growing in the container. And I'll probably put it in the ground. I know it will. But what I do is sometimes I put some in the ground. I put some in containers because I'm in a low area and we get a lot of rain certain times of the year. This brown turkey fig right here, I grew it from a pencil cutting. It's doing well. I had 2 of them. One is doing poorly. I'm probably going to have to cut it all the way back. I'll walk over there and show it to you. Again, brown turkey fig cutting. I've been growing it 3 years. I got pencil-sized cuttings from eBay. Here's the other brown turkey fig. I think because this area is very low, it didn't do well in the ground. But as you can see at the bottom, it's growing back. So when this virus stuff is over, I'm going to have my son, because I know I can't dig this up myself. I'm going to have my son or the landscapers that do my front yard, side yard, and the alley. I may have them to dig it up, and I'm going to put this one in a container and keep it pruned. Okay. In my next video, I'm going to share with you all of my banana plants, my pawpaw trees, my citrus trees, as well as my mulberry trees. And while I'm here, just let me show you the comfrey over here is growing back, and milkweed, and there's some weeds I have to pull up, and then I have a beautiful amount of comfrey right here. I'm gonna cut the video off and walk around. You can't grow it from seeds. You have to get cuttings. So I got some cuttings from a merchant on eBay. Here's a pearl from Cheryl. Comfrey has all of the nutrients any plant needs to survive, and it's one of the very few plants that has vitamin B12 in it. So I make comfrey tea. I've got videos on YouTube about it. I'm making some more, and I'll take you step by step if you're new to my channel of how I make it, so that you can see why my fruit trees are growing so well. It is because I don't use chemicals. I only use natural fertilizers. Comfrey tea, compost tea, worm casting tea, and what is the other? I make fish emulsion tea with seaweed in it. And there's one more I'm missing. Can't think of it right now. I'll insert it if I remember it. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful comfrey. Okay, now we're moving on to part 2 of this video. I want to show you guys how I harvested my parsley and how I'm going to dehydrate it. Okay, let's get started. I have never had any parsley to grow all winter long. And let me go in closer and show you that a lot of it is going to seed. See right there? Let's see if they can go in fast. I'm going to leave a lot of this here to go to seed, but I'm going to harvest most of it and dehydrate it. And the reason why I am going to let a lot of this go to seed is because when you find a variety of anything, a herb, tree, whatever, spice, you keep growing that same variety. So I'm going to save these seeds and plant some more again so that I know that this will last all year round as long as we don't have a horrible freeze in my area, Zone 8A, Mesquite, Texas. So I'm going to put my phone down, I'm going to harvest a lot, and then I'll be back. This is what I left. It'll perk back up. It's real soggy because we have got a lot of rain last night, and we're going to continue to get a lot of rain. I'm back in the house, and here is my beautiful bouquet of parsley that I'm going to dehydrate today. It's a lot of it, guys. It's a lot. Okay. This is a slug. I found 2 of them in the parsley that I washed to dehydrate. When you first pick them up, they take the little horns that you see at the top right here. Let me see. See those little horns? They will go inside. I guess it's a mechanism that they use to trick you. See, watch, I'm touching it. It'll ball up and curl up, like a turtle, and hide those horns. And now you see they're emerging again. These slugs will devour your plants, especially your leafy plants, your brassicas. And they love strawberries. In a previous video, I showed you guys how you can trap them and kill them. Now let me pause this and go get some. See that tuna fish can? It's the perfect thing if you don't have the traps. And this is just the label right in there. You can put this down in the soil and put beer in it. The slugs will climb up it, and you can see it's trying to do this one. It'll climb up in it, it'll smell that beer, and it will drown. So, later on today, when it stops raining, I'm going to take my little tuna cans that I've been saving, and I'm going to push them down in the ground, and then I'm going to, I don't have any beer. I think I got yeast. I do have yeast. See how it's crawling up in that can? That's the same way that it will do when it smells that beer. The only thing about this is you have to empty them every time it rains. But if you do that, I guarantee you, you will see a can full of slugs. Now this one is going off to relocation camp, my garbage disposal, because I don't want to put it somewhere where it can get in somebody else's garden. And I'm going to show you that I have the parsley. Now I dehydrate the parsley the same way, 125 degrees, except I leave the stems on. I just take off the big one. So it's going to take a little bit longer for this to dehydrate, okay? But I'll come back and tell you exactly how long it took me so you have an idea, okay? I'll be back. This with you real quick. This is the yucky part of the parsley that I will throw away, but it's not going in the garbage. You guessed it, it's going in my compost. Because I used all of my compost up with my emergency coronavirus inspired garden. So I gotta really get on it and start composting for next season. Okay guys, it's been 5 hours since I put the parsley in the dehydrator. And you can hear it, it's real crunchy and crispy. So all I have to do is just squeeze it together. And you can let it dry longer, but I won't. It smells so good. Hey, remember we kept some of the small stems on the parsley, so if it doesn't crumble, I'm just removing that. And I'm going to end up sifting it all out in my strainer. So I just want to do enough to show you guys how to do it. This video is getting long and I don't want to make it any longer. But we're going to just keep on doing this until, you know, till I crunch up all of it. And I'll remove the stems and put it in the compost. It smells so good. Makes me want to cook something and put parsley in it. Okie dokie. Okay guys, here's the finished product. You thought that was it, didn't you? No. Here's the powder. I'll zoom in closer so you can see. And that's just from sifting one time. So when I sift it again, it's going to be even finer. And do you think I'm going to throw this away? No. You can use this in mashed potatoes and soups. So it'll go into 2 separate containers. If you like this video, please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so at this time. And share my video with your friends. The end. Thank you for watching. Bye now.